So, this is Marcus here, and tomorrow we're going on a trip. Yes, we're going to go and get fish and chips in Benidorm. I'm going to do a full review of the fish and chips. We've just got a slight problem. Currently, we're near Lisbon in Portugal, and Benidorm, Spain is a long way away all across the Iberian Peninsula. How am I going to get to Benidorm? I'm not going to fly. Oh, no. I'm going in an electric vehicle. So you may be here for the fish and chips. You may be the sort of person who thinks, hang on a minute, you can't get from Lisbon to Benidorm in an electric vehicle in one day. And I'm going to prove that we can. Also, we're going to go through some Tesla chargers to have a look at Tesla chargers on the way. But if you really are here just for the fish and chips review, you can always skip to the end. But don't, because I think we're going to go through some wonderful scenery en route in southern Spain. So we're going to go in the cheapest Tesla Model 3 from here. This is the rear-wheel drive version from 2024, and it's got a 60 kilowatt-hour battery. Will it be easy? Will we be able to get there within one day or not? Will I miss the fish and chip shop? We will see. So if you are thinking about buying a Tesla, and you definitely should, and we'll see tomorrow how good it is on really long trips, or not, we will see. You can use my referral code below, and that will give you a discount on a Tesla. So yeah, I'll leave my referral code below. Please use that. And tomorrow we're going to get up really early in the morning to start, so it's going to be dark. That's why I'm doing this preview now, but it's going to be a great day tomorrow. And my friends, come with me on this journey to see how good fish and chip shops are in Benidorm. I'm really looking forward to having a decent dish of fish and chips tomorrow. It's exactly 4:59 in the morning, or more or less 5 o'clock. That means it's 6 o'clock in Benidorm in Spain. And yes, that's where we're going. We're going to go to Benidorm. Now, the first stop is going to be in the Algarve, in Mar Shopping in Lolé. So that's 245 kilometers away, and it's saying we're going to arrive with 28%. Then the next stop is going to be Seville. And so what's our route today? It's not the shortest route, but it's a route that will take us past lots of nice superchargers. So we're going to go on the route past Seville, Granada, and then past Murcia all the way to Benidorm. And what are we going to do in Benidorm? That's right, folks, we're going to have fish and chips. Exactly. It's currently 22 Celsius outside. It's September. And is there anything else? Yeah, the battery is exactly at 100%. Now the first 8 kilometers, these little roads, don't know if you can see that because it's dark. And then after that, it's basically motorway all the way down to Lolé Mar Shopping. But we'll speak again when the sun comes up, because otherwise you're just going to be in the dark. So we're just pulling onto the motorway. We've done a massive 9 kilometers. That's right, 9 kilometers. And I'm driving it currently in chill mode, and that will be the mode we stay in. So now we're just getting up to 120 kilometers an hour. Gonna put it into autopilot, and let's get going. So we're in the Algarve. We're just about to go on to the V Infant, if anyone knows where that is, and we'll be in the charger very soon, 18 minutes apparently. But we've got a problem. Yesterday in my town of Miio, I tried to get money out of the cash machines. I went to 4 cash machines, but they didn't have any money. I don't know if they've run out of money or what. And I really would like to have, because I've got like €3 in coins on me at the moment. I'd really like to have some money before we go into deeper Spain. So we're going to stop at the next service station to see if they've got a cash machine. Because in the supercharger, I think everything's going to be shut, because it's a big shopping centre and stuff. But I think everything's going to be shut. Otherwise, we'll have to try to get money in Spain. Because I don't want to be in a situation where I go to a little cafe or restaurant in Spain and they say, oh, we don't accept a cash card, which would be really annoying. They probably do, but I just don't want to be in that situation. But anyway, the sun is nearly coming up. It currently is 6 minutes to 7 o'clock. And we'll see if we can get some cash. It's always a complication, isn't it? Getting money. So we're just going to pull off now to the service station. What time is it? So let's see how much time we wasted. It's 2 minutes past 7 o'clock in the morning. It's a little bit cloudy here in the Algarve. But anyway, show me the money. We want the money. Now the service station does seem to be open. And there's people in it, there's cars. That's great. Yeah, so I just pulled out 7:06. They had money, amazing. So they've actually got money in the Algarve. So I took some money out. So now I'm much more relaxed because I've actually got some of the dough. Yeah, we're very close now to the supercharger in Lolay. We'll be there shortly. So that took around, what was it, 4 minutes. So yeah, that was great. And now I don't have to worry about if the facilities are shut in supercharger in my shopping, because I also went to the toilet as well. So yeah, that was a quick stop. Now, just to let you know, this isn't a race. It's kind of a road trip, and the idea is we're going to get fish and chips. Yeah, that's the idea. Just to let you know, in Spain and Portugal, the limit on the motorways is 120 kilometers an hour, and I'm going to be trying to do 120 kilometers an hour, definitely. So we get there in good time. Now, in old money, that is 74 miles per hour. But anyway, the sun is nearly up, and let's keep going. It's going to turn off now towards the chargers off the motorway. It's just on the left in the shopping centre. You probably can't see that. But yeah, we're going to turn off. What time is it, just so we know how long it takes from here? So it's 13 minutes past 7 o'clock in the morning, and we can almost see the sunrise if the clouds weren't in the way. But anyway, yeah, just as predicted, it's going well. And now we've got, I don't know, yes, it's saying we've got exactly 3 minutes now to drive to the supercharger. Because it's 7 in the morning, I didn't even check if these chargers are available, because these chargers get very busy. But I think at 7 we should be okay today at this chargers. But I don't know about the rest of the chargers in Spain, if they'll be busy or not, if we'll have to queue or not. So yeah, that's going to be quite interesting to see. Hopefully we won't have to queue, but let's see. And mostly today we're only going to be using superchargers, because currently I'm paying 0 for superchargers, so that's why I can go to Benidorm basically for free, apart from the road tolls in Portugal. But I do see a Tesla there already. There's a Tesla there already, but they're chargers. It's okay then. Hopefully the chargers are working. Should be, because the Tesla's navigating me there. If they weren't working, it wouldn't be navigating me here, would it? So I have to go around this very tight bend here, just very nasty. And you see the chargers there just behind us. There's one car charging with all of the doors open. And just to let you know, I have had air conditioning on in this trip. It is now exactly 16 minutes past 7 o'clock in the morning. Let's get a charger. So if you've never seen how easy it is, let me show you. Just press that there. We just get, this is a V3 charger. We just plug that in there. And hey presto, it should start charging. Let's go and look at the stats. So it's ranking up, and we're getting 170 kilowatts, which is the maximum you can get in this car. The long range vehicles can get, I think, 250 or more. But let's have a look at the consumption figures, shall we? So we've done 247 kilometers, we've used 41 kilowatt hours, and we've done an average of 166 watt hours per kilometer, which is perfect. If you look over there, we've got IKEA, we've got a big shopping centre, lots of restaurants, but I'm sure it's all shut at the moment. So I've just put in our destination of Benidorm, near the fish and chip shop, and it's actually recommending that we don't stop in Seville, that we stop in a place called Aguadulce. We should get there with 21%. And then it's saying to stop at another place here, and then to go straight to Benidorm. Now it may be that we may stop in Murcia, because I've got a Tesla Supercharger there, so I get a bigger percentage when I get to Benidorm, so I can come back. But anyway, that's what it's recommending, and it's saying we've only got 20 minutes to continue trip. So it's going to be better if we get to Benidorm with 80 or 90%. Why is that? Because tomorrow I've got a very interesting trip, and that's going to be more of a race, not a road trip. So definitely click subscribe if you want to see that one, because that was going to be very interesting. So if I get there with like 80 or 90%, then it means that when I come back tomorrow, it's going to be easier. But there are chargers in Benidorm, so perhaps we'll charge there. But if we can get some free charging at Tesla Supercharger before we get there, that's going to be even better. And we can check out the Murcia Tesla Supercharger as well. And as today is the most British thing I'm ever doing, I've got my tea with me to keep me going, and it's still hot. Delicious. Anyway, I've got 20 minutes, so let's go and see if anything's open, shall we? So there's kind of two entrances, one over there by IKEA and one over there. Let's go to the IKEA entrance first, see if it's open. So the underground car park is closed. Escalators are working, so that's a good sign. Looks like it's shut, but let's see. Will it open? Will it open? No, it's shut. Even the down escalators are working. I should be getting some exercise today, shouldn't I? Not using escalators, but anyway, it is what it is. So they've got Woofland here where you can bring your dog for it to get some exercise or be looked after while you shop. And I don't see any cafes or anything around here that are open. Looks like everything's shut, to be honest. So, although this is a great location during the day, out of business hours, there's literally nothing. But I guess it probably opens late until like 10 or 11 o'clock. But in the morning, probably only opens like at 8 or 9 o'clock. I'm not quite sure. But it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. So, facilities out of hours, there's nothing. Now, because I was predicting problems like this, I've been clever. I have got a thermos box here. I've got a salad just in case I can't get salad anywhere. I've got a couple of wraps, a couple of chocolate bars. I think I'll have one now. Lots of fizzy water that's being kept cold by the ice at the bottom. So everything here is nice and cold. I got a chocolate mousse just to be cheeky because I don't normally have them. Another wrap and be used for tomorrow as well. And I've got a couple of Cokes because they will keep me going even though I don't drink Coke very often. If I do start to feel a bit drowsy, I'll have the Cokes. Yes, I've got everything. So I'll take out a water and a chocolate. So that's great. Everything will stay cold in there. It seems nice and cold. Crisps because it's a British trip and I absolutely love them. We've got some more healthy nuts that make you fat. And we've got a couple of rolls of bread. So I'm definitely not going to starve on this trip, but I do want those fish and chips. So I can't fill myself too much because I'd like to have a huge portion of them when I get there because I believe they're going to be very good. With all my faffing around filming, we've only got 3 minutes left, so I'm going to have a quick chocolate. And it's saying I'm going to get there with 15%, so I might charge it a little bit higher than 80% just to be sure. So I prefer to get to places where it says 20%, not 15%. But I'm going to sit back, have my chocolate, and we're already at 79%. And it's 36 minutes past 7 o'clock. Never tried this chocolate, Portuguese brand called Regina. Protein dark chocolate with little sugar apparently. I should have got one with sugar really, shouldn't I? Anyway, lots of protein. I'm going to be strong for this trip, I tell you that much. So I've just noticed something odd. It's 303 kilometers away, which is a lot. And it's saying we're going to get there with 19%. We've only got 84% battery. It can't surely be motorway all the way there. It must be some smaller road or something because you have enough charging energy to continue on your trip. Okay, so I've got enough to continue. 84% battery to now get there with 20% battery. So you need 60% battery. You need 64% battery to do 303 kilometers. Can that be correct? But the timing is 2 hours and 49. So I'm not sure that's correct. Because 2 hours 49 to me says a lot of it is going to be motorway. No idea what's going on here. That's very interesting. So have a little bit of tea and then we'll unplug. So basically in Tesla we trust. I've got 87% battery. It says we're going to arrive with 23%, 302 kilometers away now. So let's get going, shall we? Actually, I was hoping to stop in the Seville Supercharger because I'm sure they've got a McDonald's there, and an Egg McMuffin would have been nice. I've no idea what they've got at this next Supercharger, but anyway, we'll see. I guess if there's any problems on the route with this 303 kilometers, it's going to suggest that we pull into the Seville Supercharger. But let's see if it's correct, shall we? And we'll keep to all the speed limits. So we've just come back onto the motorway. The time is 45 minutes past 7 o'clock in the morning. And we can see the sun over there just coming up above the clouds. Now, I was so quick in that supercharger with the filming and just having a chocolate bar, I forgot to clean the windows. So really, charging is so quick, it's impressive. And to let you know, an important point, that charger there, if I was paying, is only 27 cents per kilowatt hour. That's not much more than what you're paying at home in Portugal. We've only done 22 kilometers since the last charge, and it's now saying we're going to get there with 13%. Now, I have been sticking strictly to 120 kilometers an hour, up and down a bit. Now it's just come back up to 14%, but consumption at the moment is slightly higher at 186 kilowatt hours per 100. But I know this stretch of this road, because it's hilly, it does push the car a bit more. But surely you'd have thought Tesla would have taken that into the calculations. So we'll see how it continues. We'll see how it continues, because normally Tesla is really spot on, but it seems to be slightly off, in my opinion, for this part of the trip. I've just noticed that, because literally we've dropped like, what, 8% in 24 kilometers. So we'll see. If we look at the energy chart there, it does actually say staying under 110 kilometers an hour would have saved us 0.7%. But it's not telling me to drive at 110 kilometers an hour, which it does do if it thinks you can't reach a Tesla supercharger at 120 kilometers an hour. So basically everything's been going into driving, only a very small percentage into air conditioning, because it's 21 degrees outside. I've got the air conditioning set to 19.5 degrees, as you can see there. But anyway, be interesting to know if we get there, if we go to Seville. My hunch is that we'll probably be getting to Seville, but let's see. Now we're just about to leave the beautiful country of Portugal, and in the distance over there, what we can see is Spain. Whoa, here we come, Spain. Over there, if you can see it, is the bridge over the river Guadiana, and that's what we'll be going over. It's the international bridge, so we'll be going over that, and then we'll be into Spain, and that's when the journey really starts to get interesting. See you soon. Yes, you will. We'll be back tomorrow. But anyway, here's the bridge. We have to go down 70 kilometers an hour. Apparently they were going to build a cycle path on this bridge. If they built it or not, I don't know. It doesn't really look like there's any cycle path on it, does there? That's bad. So I was really looking forward to a cycle path on this bridge so I could cycle over it, as you do. Welcome to Spain. So it's 8:15 in Portugal, and it is 9:15 in Spain. And my Tesla still hasn't updated, so it still thinks we're in Portugal. But anyway, this is great. This is great. And we're going to Benidorm, yes. And you may ask, why Benidorm? Because it is literally a British pilgrimage site. It is extremely important in the British national identity. Now, I'm over 40 years old. Probably you haven't realised that. But I've never been to Benidorm. So this is definitely something I have to do before I die. But also I want to see how great these fish and chips are, because everybody's been telling me how great they are. So basically I'm on a pilgrimage trip today to Benidorm as part of my British identity. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm really enjoying having you on the journey with me. There are parts of this motorway which are 100 kilometers an hour, not 120 kilometers an hour. So that could be the reason how we will manage to do this 303 kilometers. But it's now saying we're going to get there with 11%, so let's see. But now it's going back up to 120 kilometers an hour again. And the consumption has gone down to 158 watt hours per kilometer, and that's since the charger. Now we've done 89 kilometers. Our situation is getting worse. And there's probably a lot of bored people here think, bring us the fish and chips in Benidorm. But anyway, it's now saying we're going to arrive there with 6%, and 6% is not a margin I'm comfortable with, because if there's a traffic jam, a road diversion, any problems, then you could get stuck in real trouble. Now there are probably other non-Tesla chargers en route as well, but I'm wondering if we're going to do this 6%. Now we've done 106 kilometers since the last charge, but we still have a massive 194 kilometers to go. So I'm wondering if I shouldn't tell it to reroute to Seville. And then at least in Seville, perhaps I could get an egg McMuffin. What would you do? What do you think? When we get closer to Seville, I'll decide. But yeah, that is not in my comfort zone, definitely not. I think the car's overestimated it. Now, I probably should have stayed an extra 5 or 10 minutes in Lole Supercharge, and then we definitely wouldn't have this problem. Because it was my intuition at the time that doing 303 kilometers in this car with only 84% of the battery was pushing it. I mean, it's possible because it's saying we get there with 6%. That's not a margin I enjoy. Actually, the car must have been listening to me, because just as I was explaining that to you, it basically changed it to the supercharger in Seville. So I'm quite happy if I can get an Egg McMuffin. So now that is only 84 kilometers away. We're going to arrive in 50 minutes at 9:33, but it's saying it's 8:43. Yeah, the car is still in Portuguese time for some reason, but my Garmin watch has gone to Spanish time of 9:43. But anyway, so we're going to arrive in Spanish time, I think, around 10:33, which is 9:33 in Portugal. So now I'm a lot more comfortable, and we get there with a comfortable 32%. So yeah, so that is just what I want, to be honest. So we just passed some Ionity chargers there, and it might have been better because it was on a service station, so I could have charged an extra 10% there, 15%, and then go straight, and then not stop in Seville. Because the problem with the Seville charger is it's in the shopping centre, it's a bit of a pain to get there, and it's not exactly en route. So that would have been the quicker option. But as this is a road trip, I'm quite happy to go to charger in Seville. So we're not far now from the Seville Superchargers. Apparently there's 16 of them, and they're 250 kilowatts, so that's pretty amazing. Currently there's 13 available and one car en route. What if that one car en route is me? And the problem is, it's telling me we only need 20 minutes to charge. And being British, I'm obviously not going to want the Spanish breakfast of churros and chocolate. Well, I want an Egg McMuffin. I don't even know if there's McDonald's there. I guess there is, but 20 minutes isn't very long to get this food, so we'll see. So we can now see Seville in the distance over there, and it's an absolute amazing city to visit. So if you can pull yourself out the bars of Malaga and Benidorm, come and visit Seville. It's absolutely beautiful. So now we're coming over the bridge into Seville, over the river, and where you see that big tower, I don't know if that big tower is part of the shopping centre, but I think it is, and that's basically where the Tesla Supercharger is, near there. So that's where we're going. It's a little bit of a pain to get there because I've been here once before, and now it is currently exactly 10:30 in Spain, 9:30 in Portugal. That means we've been driving for 4.5 hours, and since the start we've done 443 kilometres, and since the last charge we've done 197 kilometres, and our average has been really low, 151 watt hours per kilometre. So that's really good. McDonald's stopped serving the Egg McMuffin in Portugal at 11 o'clock, and now it's 10:32, so I think we're just in time. If they've got a McDonald's here, not even sure. Anyway, we have to go into this underground parking here. So it is this tower here, the Tower of Seville, and we have to get a ticket and go on the left to -1. So that's what I'm going to do. Just to let you know, it's free parking for the first 3 hours. So I managed to get in there without scratching the car, and there you can see Tesla Superchargers, and they will be on the right here. So, and they've got a mix of old and new. So why don't we just go to the new one? Why not, eh? Because the new one's going to be quicker. This is what the new Superchargers look like. Again, it should be really easy. Just open that there. Get this one. Press the button, it comes out. Plug that in there, and it's got a nice Tesla badge. This one's quite high, to be honest. See what charging speed we're getting. So it says 9 minutes to continue trip. So I think we're going to take a little bit longer than 9 minutes. Where's the next stop then? Let's have a look. Where's the next stop? The next stop is Antigua. How's that even possible, Antigua? Yeah, Antigua is the next stop. And it says we're going to get there with 13%. But I'm going to see if I'm getting a McDonald's, because it's a road trip, not a race. And then we'll see. So more escalators again, and when we go up the escalators, we're in the shopping centre, lots of shops, restaurants, toilets and stuff. So the first place I'm going to go is the toilet. So I charged at 80% just by fluke more than anything. The next supercharger is the one we were meant to go to initially, I think. It says we're going to get there with 49%. That's in 1 hour and 7 minutes. I definitely overcharged here, and I'm going to tell you why. So it's 6 minutes to 11 o'clock. From now on, we're going to keep on Spanish time, so I won't keep repeating the Portuguese time. The toilets are very good, very clean, excellent. I had a problem with my phone. because it wasn't connecting to the internet. I couldn't really see where the McDonald's was inside this shopping centre. I didn't even know if there was a McDonald's there. So then I was faffing around with the phone, found out it wasn't on roaming for some reason, and with the time going to the toilet and faffing about on the phone, the car was at almost 80%. And they do have a McDonald's here, so I didn't go to the McDonald's. But they do have a Starbucks as well, but I don't like Starbucks because it's overpriced rubbish. Well, at least McDonald's is reasonably priced rubbish. Charged 80%, didn't eat anything. I'm going to eat at the next place, but I think the next place is going to be a quick charge as well. You just don't understand how quick the time goes when you're trying to do this stuff. It's unbelievable. Anyway, we're going to find the exit here. I don't know which exit we're meant to take. I'll just take any and then take our chances. To let you know, the charger here was 39 cents per kilowatt hour. In Portugal, it was only 27 cents per kilowatt hour. So here, it's like an extra 12 cents per kilowatt hour more expensive. It lets me out. Oh, I don't have to pay anything. That's good. All right, let's continue the trip. And we're just pulling out of Seville now, going round it, and then we should be going towards the Granada-Malaga road. Bridge here now in Seville. It seems to have cranes on it, so it's in works. So hopefully it doesn't fall down, because that would really ruin my day while on it. But there hasn't been much traffic in Seville, and it's surprisingly cool for Seville. It's 24 degrees Celsius, which is perfect time to visit the city, in fact, because in the summer it can get very, very hot. But anyway, we'll continue over this bridge, and the cranes are moving. It's even working on Saturdays. Oh, we've done 27 kilometers since the charger, and the road has been 100 kilometers an hour, or 80 or less. So it's taking a little bit of time, but hopefully we get on some open roads soon where we can do 120 kilometers an hour. And we should do, because it's saying autovia, which I think means motorway in Spanish. Oh, in Portuguese it's autostrada, by the way. So the next supercharger in Aguadulce in Spain has got 8 chargers available, but one of them isn't working, 3A, so I can't go to 3A, I have to remember that. But their maximum is 120 kilowatts. I've never seen that for Tesla chargers. Normally the maximum is like 150 kilowatts. So perhaps they're old chargers or something. Anyway, apparently there's one car en route, which I guess is me, and it says when I arrived there should be 5 available. So that's just perfect, really. And when do we get there? We get there at 6 minutes past 12 according to this, or in 25 minutes, and it's 46 kilometers away. I think we're going past now the town of, or city of Osuna, and it looks very nice if you can see there in the distance. And after that is where the chargers are, so it's about 9 minutes away in a place called Aguadulce. But there seems to be a church or castle or something on the hill here. It does look very nice. So we're going to turn off now towards this place called Aguadulce. The supercharger must be pretty close, because it's saying we're 1 minute away or 1.3 kilometers away, and the turn-in is 500 meters away. So that's really good if it's near the motorway. It'll save us a little bit of time, yes. And I'm just looking now, there's 6 superchargers available. They're called superchargers because they limit at 120 kilowatts according to this. But anyway, perfect. And it is exactly 6 minutes past 12 o'clock. And to be honest, I'm starting to feel hungry. So yeah, so either I get something here or I'll have a sandwich. So really, as you can see, it's right here. It's here. I wonder if they've got shade. I hope they've got shade. So yeah, it's really on the motorway, which is a great location. I know no idea what's here. I've never been here before. It looks like a little town or village. There might be restaurants and stuff here. I don't know. And this Cruzeiro by Vindo must be some kind of, I don't know, lorry stop or restaurant or something. It looks a bit shut. It looks all a bit derelict, to be honest. So 3A is not working. I'm just going to go to this one. This one can't be 3A, can it? I thought so. That's 2A. Yeah, this could be 3A. So I'll go to 1B over here. It's in the shade, which is good. So again, this is very simple. We just go there, lift that up. Here, it's V2 charger. So you've got the choice of the old type or the CCS. We want the CCS. We just plug that in. And let's just check in the car. What we're getting. We're getting anything. At the moment, we're not getting anything. That's starting. 15 minutes to continue trip. Not very long. So we won't. So does it go to 120 or not? We've got a high state of charge, 50 kilowatts. So I'm not sure it's going to even go up to 120. 113. Yeah, so 113 is good. So there you can see the Tesla Superchargers there. This does look abandoned. We'll have a look over there. Nice scenery. And there's some rubbish over here. I'm going to put some rubbish. To be honest, whatever this place is does look a bit abandoned. I'm not sure if it's open or not. They've got a security camera. That must be for the Tesla chargers. But I'm not sure this is like a location I'd want to be at if I was a lone woman, for example. Especially at night. But anyway, for the moment, for me, it's fine. Even though it's given me the aspect of being abandoned, it does actually look like there's a restaurant that's open here, and it says 2 cars over there. Let's come and look up here, see if there's any toilets or something. Ah, so it's saying an area of service and it's open. Let's go and have a look. It's actually better inside than I was expecting. Surprising. Yeah, so it says you can only eat things here from the establishment, and I can go to the toilet. As you can appreciate, I'm starving by now, so I'm not going to eat in there because we've only got 5 minutes remaining and it will take too long. So luckily I bought my wrap from Lidl, and it's a wrap of duck with a leek and some sauce, I don't know what that is, and cucumber. No idea if this, it must be Peking sauce, I guess. Well, sauce similar to Peking sauce, I guess. So it looks okay. It's cheap. I guess in there it's probably cheap as well to buy food, but I just don't have the time. So bringing food with you is a good idea if you want to get moving, and I kind of want to get moving, but I'll explain to you why in a minute. And it's all about the fish and chips. So I'm going to eat this outside to stand up and get a bit of sun, because I've been doing a lot of sitting today, as you can appreciate. Let's see where we're going now then. So we're going to go to this place here, between here and Murcia. And apparently it's 263 kilometers away. Apparently we're going to get there with 27%. Took me a little bit of time to eat that, so we've got enough to get there. Currently we're at 88%, so that's fine. So we're going to unplug and let's get going. I've wasted 2 or 3 minutes because the GoPro was playing up, so I've changed to my phone now, which is much more reliable. So we're at exactly 90%, and here the charging is a bit more expensive. It's 42 cents per kilowatt hour. So it seems every supercharger is more expensive than the last one. It's exactly 30 minutes past 12 o'clock. So we're going great guns. Guess what all the food is watching this video. You want to know about that duck's wrap? Well, I can tell you, it wasn't very good. It is extremely soggy. And it didn't really taste of Peking duck. You could taste the leek. The meat could have been anything really. It's hard to say if it was duck or not, probably was. Yeah, it wasn't the best, but then it wasn't expensive either, and it definitely filled a hole, so I definitely did enjoy it. Yeah, so not so bad. I can't remember what it cost, but I don't think it was very expensive. Let's talk about the fish and chips in Benidorm. So apparently there's at least 3 places people have reviewed. There's something called Ray's1, Ray's 2, I believe. I think these are correct names. And there's something called Northern Soul. So there's a few reviews on the internet. Obviously we're going to do a better review of the fish and chips, but it seems like the Northern Soul seems to be the best place to go. The people, what I've seen from the 2 or 3 couples who have been there, that seems to be the place they enjoy. The problem is it shuts at like 6:30, and I don't know if you have any idea what time we're going to arrive there, but I think we're going to arrive there around 6 or 7 o'clock, so we can't go to that one because it shuts far too early. Now there's something called Ray's 2, which is like a big joint, and apparently that one also shuts around 6:30. I mean, I thought we were in Spain. Aren't you meant to eat like really late in Spain? But I guess this is English restaurants, so they shut early because everyone obviously has fish and chips at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. But obviously that's not very good for us. So the one I'm going to go to is actually called Ray's1. Now this is the oldest fish and chip shop in Benidorm. It might be the oldest one in all of Spain. Apparently it's been there for 45 years. It's in the old town, so that's where I got the hotel near the fish and chip shop, in the old town. And apparently it's good. There's not much difference between Northern Soul and Ray's 2, which Ray's 2 is like the second one of Ray's, the original. You know, they just say that Northern Soul is a little bit better. But anyway, we're going to Ray's 1, the original, 45 years old, and And on the internet, it kind of said it shut at 6:30, but another part of the internet, it said it shut at 9:30. So I was confused. So I phoned them. I actually phoned them 2 days ago, and I phoned up and I said, what time do you shut on Saturday? Because it's Saturday today. And they said, on Saturday we shut at 9:30. So we should have lots of time to get there to experience the original Ray's 1. The only problem is it's a very small place, only with 8 tables. It's difficult to get a table sometimes, whatever, you have to wait. And you can't reserve the place. So we're going to go there, see how good the fish and chips are. Now, what is your favourite kind of fish? Do you prefer cod, haddock or plaice? Let me know in the comments below. And tell me if you can guess what my favourite fish is at a fish and chip shop. I'm also forgetting a couple of others, probably rock salmon. If you're from New Zealand or somewhere else, I think you have different kinds of fish that are used as well. But out of these traditional English fishes, which is your favourite and which do you think is my favourite? Just look at that rocky mountain. Does it look impressive? So I think we're still about 90 kilometres away from Granada. Still on the route towards Granada, Malaga route. I think we turn off soon, or we've turned off already, towards Malaga. But anyway, I just want to show you this amazing rocky mountain. So we keep going up and down in the mountains here, and it really is nice. At one point, even my ears were popping with the difference in air pressure from going up and down. But it is slower in parts, obviously, because the road's very bendy and stuff. So at some point it's been 80, 100, 120. But it's very nice. So at the next supercharger, which is still 158 kilometres away, they've actually got 8 150 kilowatt chargers. So we're about 10 kilometres now away from Granada, and that's where they've got the Alhambra. And if you've never been to Granada, you have to go there. Get yourself off the beach, get yourself from the cocktail, especially if you're in Malaga, it's not so far from Malaga, and get yourself up to Granada for the day. And even if you can, stay there the night, because the nightlife in Granada is quite good also. Lots of nice restaurants and stuff. But the Alhambra is something you definitely have to visit. And the town itself is very beautiful. So it's in the mountains there somewhere. I think they've got a ski resort there as well, don't they? So you can come in the winter as well. But it's absolutely an amazing place to visit. And now we can go back up to 120 kilometres an hour again. Now, just to let you know, it's 1:45 now, so that means we've been in the car for 7 hours and 45 minutes. And we've done 692 kilometres, so quite a lot. And our average since the start has been 156 watt-hours per kilometre. Now we're 138 kilometres from the last charge, and it's been low even though it's been mountainous. We've just 149 watt-hours per kilometre. So yeah, it's going really well, to be honest. And the scenery in this part is absolutely beautiful. I think I may have to stop before because I think I need the toilet, to be honest. I've been drinking too much water. So perhaps the next service station we'll stop for a 5 or 10 minute break. Apparently there's toilets of a service station here somewhere. So we're going to turn off because I can't drive much longer with my small bladder. Anyway, less about that. What time is it? It's exactly 2 o'clock. Like I timed it like that, but I honestly didn't. It's 23 degrees outside here.
Now turn left onto Autovia A19
petrol station. And it's got like a little cafe restaurant place. So that seems perfect. And there's a lot of people in the cafe restaurant place because the last place we went to was completely dead. This looks like a car park. I'm only going 5 minutes. I'll park in here. I'm going to get shouted at or something, no doubt. But I'll park in here for 5 minutes. So I won't stay very long. Oh no, there's a car park over there, is there? Nope. No. I'll just go here 5 minutes. For all you foodies on the channel, I've decided to go for a Spanish delicacy. I haven't seen this in Portugal. An ice cream called Miio, almond and java vanilla. So I'll tell you exactly how good that is. Just have a quick. So I got it from the petrol station, and the petrol station is joined to that restaurant. And the restaurant smells really good. The food from there smells really good. The toilets are good and clean. And so I got the ice cream from. And it's quite a nice area with hills and trees and stuff. I'm gonna eat this now, tell you exactly what I think. So we're leaving now. It is 11 minutes past 2 o'clock, so I think I wasted 11 minutes here, which is good. So how did I find the ice cream? Well, it was a little bit too sweet for me, but I quite like ice creams that are not so sweet. The nuts on the outside and the chocolate were good. The white centre, I don't think it had much vanilla in it, to be honest. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad for those kind of ice creams. But it's just a little bit too sweet for me. It'd be better if it wasn't so sweet. But anyway, it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. So let's continue towards the fish and chips, because that's what we're going for, isn't it? Not some cheapo ice cream. We want the real food, not the processed food. So let's get going. So now we're leaving the Granada area. We've got a lot of downhills here, and you see a lot of the plains and stuff. It's very nice, as you can see yourselves. So this must be putting lots of battery back into the car, we hope. And we're going to arrive there with 23%, it's saying now, in 40 minutes. It's still 74 kilometers away. But yeah, the scenery in this part of the journey is just breathtaking. So now we're going to turn off this motorway, which I don't know what it is, towards the motorway of Barça and Murcia. So we're going to, and Barça is near where the supercharger is. Then after that, we're going to go on to Murcia, which is 220 kilometers away. Then after Murcia, the next stop will be Benidorm, hopefully. So what's great so far in Spain is I haven't paid a single penny for the motorways. Hopefully this one is free as well. Unlike Portugal, where I've probably paid a small fortune in motorway.
Now take the A.
So it seems that the Tesla charger we're just about to arrive at is on the other side of the road. I think it might be in this BP place over there. Yes, it is. It's next to the BP petrol station on the other side of the road. But apparently to get to it, well, I made a mistake because I meant to get off there. To get to it, we have to go off. And I thought you'd have gone off there, but no. Apparently to get to it, we have to go off in 1.3 kilometers. So we're going to go off 1.3 kilometers, then we're going to come back. So it looks like we have to come back along the motorway to get to it. Then hopefully it's easy to reverse direction and go in direction we actually want to go in. So I'm going to pull off now. So it's 3 minutes away. So it seems to be a thing with Tesla. The charger's about 3 minutes away. Coming back on it again here, you see, but in the wrong direction now. So then we must be turning off again, I guess, in a bit. So we get up to 120 kilometers an hour again, and then we'll see. So it's here where we obviously turn off. It says the service zone. So if we're going this direction, it won't be 3 minutes. It'll be much quicker, won't it? It's only this direction. It's 3 minutes because it's only on this side of the road. Anyway, it's at a BP place.
In 300
Let's have a
meters,
look what's
take
there,
the
shall we?
Autovia A9.
So apparently there's 7 stores available, 1 car en route, and then there's 1 car charging there. So we'll see if that's a Tesla or a non-Tesla.
Now take the Auto.
And to let you know, we've done 264 kilometers since the last charger. 39 kilowatt hours have been used, and it's just been 146
Now
watt
bear
hours
right
per
onto
kilometer.
Autovia.
And it is currently 8 minutes past 3 o'clock. There's no one using them, they're not in the shade. And as I said, they're V2. Again, this should just work, so we just get hold of it here. It comes out, nice spider there. Plug it in there. Wait a bit and see what we get. So we arrived with 19%, and we're getting 147 kilowatts, which is good. It's almost 150 kilowatts maximum, this one, so we're almost getting the maximum. And it says 25 minutes to continue. That is to get us all the way to Benidorm, to an Iberdrola charging station, because there's no charging stations in Benidorm, only Iberdrola, and it's saying we will get there with I don't know how much. Anyway, but there's a Tesla charger in Murcia, and I need to have quite a lot of charge in Benidorm for tomorrow to come back on a slightly different route. So I might charge the Tesla charger in Murcia as much as possible and then go to Benidorm. But I'm going to calculate everything, see what I'm going to do. The first thing I'm going to do, I need to toilet again, so I definitely do need to stop here and have a quick look over there, shall we? So it seems here they've got a Brazilian grill with a daily menu. That looks pretty good. That's 500 meters away. I mean, that does look tempting. I mean, but I'm not going to eat here because I'm saving myself for fish and chips. Nice mountain in the background as well. Much nicer supercharger it seems than the previous one we went to. It's got a BTP shop here. Let's have a look, see if they've got toilets. So it looks pretty good. 24 hours, coffee shop, restaurant. There's people there. Yeah, it's a nice place to be honest. So I thought I'd better get myself a little something to eat and add these little pies. So let's have a look at the pie, shall we? So there's the pie. It's got written on the top, I think that's cebola, queso, which means cheese and onion pasty for an English person. It looks very nice. So we're going to try it here and see what we think. So there's the filling. Really, really nice cheese filling. It does kind of feel like cheese and onion pasty. The pastry's not bad. It's quite good actually. I would say it's quite similar to Ginster's cheese and onion pasty, which is not actually a bad thing. Really nice, really nice. So I've decided what am I going to do. So there is a Tesla charger in Murcia, but even if I charge there to 100%, I will still get to Benidorm with 70%, and 70% I will still need to charge the car to get it up closer to say 90%, because if I put it at 70%, it means it's going to take me longer to drive back tomorrow. So it means I'll have to go via Murcia again if I'm just relying on Tesla chargers. Obviously there's other chargers. So I'm not going to charge in Murcia because it's going to be a waste of time. What we're going to do is we're going to go to Benidorm. Just on the outskirts of Benidorm, there's I think 250 kilowatt Iberdrola chargers, and there's some 50 kilowatt chargers. So we're going to go there. We're going to charge at Iberdrola. Currently they're empty, so hopefully when we get there they'll be empty. We're going to try to charge to 100% there. They go to the centre of Benidorm, park the car, have the fish and chips, and then tomorrow morning we're going to come back, but on a shorter route, on a different route, to look at different things. So click subscribe for that video. There's going to be something very interesting and fun in that video, so definitely click subscribe, and that's what we're going to do. So it says we've got another 10 minutes to wait until we can leave and go directly to Benidorm. Now if my Iberdrola account isn't working, apparently Miio should work or something should work. So we should have something here that works on that charger over there. But anyway, we've got 10 minutes to wait. So I've been faffing around a bit because I realised I needed more ice for the box. So I got some more ice, and then I was setting up some other things. So actually I charged to 94%, and it's currently 3:45. And what that means is when we get to Benidorm, we should get there with 32% the car say. And even if we get there with less, we've got lots of extra energy in case of problems or whatever. So that's perfect really. Now obviously we're driving the wrong way now because we have to come back round. But 94%, it's actually 301 kilometers away. So quite a distance. Should be possible in this car, I think. 94%. Obviously if it thinks it's going wrong or if we get problems, we'll probably send us to the Murcia one like it did to Seville today. But I'm quite confident that we will get there with enough energy, and hopefully these Iberdrola chargers are working, and that'd be great. Now let me just tell you how much that charger costs, because I didn't tell you, did I? So that charger at this time cost 40 cents per kilowatt hour. So this was slightly cheaper than the previous charger, but still much more expensive than Portugal, 40 cents per kilowatt hour. Now obviously I'm paying zero for these chargers because I've got free Tesla charging points until Monday, and that's one of the reasons why we're doing this trip. Obviously the Iberdrola charger I'll have to pay, but it's worthwhile to pay there than to have a longer than necessary day tomorrow. So I'm quite happy to pay there. If I only pay one energy on the whole trip, that's fine. That's good for me. So let's continue. We're going to turn around and get in the right direction, because currently we're heading back to Portugal, and that's what we definitely don't want to do. So now we're going to turn around back towards the fish and chips,
Now take exit.
which is exactly what we want to do.
Now turn
Salazar?
left towards Jammu.
That's like a Portuguese sounding name. Let's go left again here.
Now turn left to take the
Yes.
A92 North Slip
Exactly.
Road.
Tesla knows what it's doing. So yes, now we're going to get, well, at least I am, I'm going to get a bit of deja vu, because I've already done this stretch of road today, haven't I? But it is what it is, and it ain't why it ain't. as you can see over there, there's the BP station that we charged at, and we have done exactly 17 kilometers. 17 kilometers since the BP
Now
station.
take exit
And
58
now
on the
we're
right.
turning off here. So this is the route to Benidorm. Down here it seems.
In 300 meters, bear left.
Yeah, so the Mercia's in front. So there's a BP station on the left. Yeah, we've done 17 kilometers. So 17 kilometer diversion. How long has that taken us? I don't know how long that has taken us. Well,
Now
it's
bear
currently
left towards
3:54.
92 north.
There's another BP here, but no Tesla chargers. I wonder if there's any other kind of chargers. Not that I can see. So if the Tesla chargers were here, we'd have probably saved ourselves at least 20 minutes on this trip. Sometimes location is really important, as you can see. But anyway, we will continue along here now, and we're going to get motorway, or is it going to be roads like this? I don't know. But anyway, it's now 284 kilometers away. It's saying 2 hours and 44 minutes. So I guess we should be back on motorways soon enough. I'm following the correct route. Tesla's taking us to Aguadulce in Benidorm, and let's continue. Unless there's something wrong with Tesla mapping or something. But I got the idea. It just took us off there to bring us back onto exactly the same motorway. The same thing happened to me this morning, but I didn't record it. So it's a bit ridiculous. So I was on that motorway. It took us off for about, I don't know, 5 kilometers. It brought us back on the same motorway. I don't understand this, and it happened this morning as well. Has anyone else noticed this with the Tesla navigation system? Because I don't know if it's a new update or something, but here it doesn't seem to be the best. And it did that to me this morning as well in Spain. It's just starting to rain a little bit here. It's lucky it wasn't raining at the charger. I hope that's not a bad sign for when we get to Benidorm. Well, I'm sure it's going to be lovely and sunny there. We're in and we're going to go under the castle. Perhaps we'll find some treasure. You never know. Let's go to the tunnel. So we're literally just going around Murcia now, or we're actually inside Murcia, and we're actually coming up to the 1,000 kilometer mark here. 1,000 kilometers now. It's exactly 23 minutes past 5 o'clock. That means that we've taken 11 hours and 23 minutes to do 1,000 kilometers, which is really good going. But we've still got 122 kilometers to go. So we go a bit further than the other channels. Getting very close now to the Murcia Tesla Superchargers. Just have a look. It's currently got 5 positions available. It costs around, at this time, around 40 cents per kilowatt hour. And there's no queues. And it's got 10 stalls of 150 kilowatts. But we don't need to use it. We don't need to use it, no. We're going straight to Aguadulce charger in Benidorm. Apparently we're going to get there with 23%. So we're doing really well. So this is great. And the best thing is, I can almost smell the fish and chips. We're getting so close now. So this is looking really good, and I'm looking forward to these fish and chips. So I've been drinking too much water again, and the car battery has beaten me. So I'm going off here to go to the toilet. So hopefully it's got a toilet. Must have, I guess. We're coming off the motorway now. It's exactly 5:30. 5:30. So you see how long this little stop takes. It won't be too long. It says don't leave objects in sight. And we'll not leave objects in sight. So I'll take my phone with me. But if I don't take my phone with me, the doors don't lock. So I'd leave the whole car available for someone to take. So we're leaving now. It is 5:36. Some of you may have noticed that I haven't eaten very healthily today. Just so you don't get too concerned, I've been to the gym every day this week, and now we're going for a very healthy, unprocessed fish meal. For the first time, I can see Benidorm on the signpost. Look at that. We're going to the Chippy. Yes. Just look at that. We're going along the coast of the Mediterranean. Whoa! How good does that look? So we've basically gone from the Atlantic to the Mediterranean, all in one day. I think that might be Benidorm over there. Can you see it? So we're 10 kilometres away from the charger, it seems. And I reckon that's Benidorm. What do you think? We have to turn off in 5.7 kilometres. Is that Benidorm or somewhere else? I don't know, I've never been here before. But that's what I would assume Benidorm looks like, if she's going to ask me. We're going to some chargers somewhere, which is a bit further along, is it? Perhaps I made a mistake here. Perhaps I made a mistake. Let me show chargers, because I think I've gone too far along. Let me see this one here. Yeah, I'm going to change directions. I'm going to this one.
In 202,
because the other one is further
exit
past.
65A on the right.
It's further past Benidorm than where I want to go. So there's a 100 kilowatt charger just here, Leroy Merlin, I think. And this one is going to be en route. Otherwise, I go past and come back, and that's going to take longer. So now I'm only 4 minutes away from the charger. I'm not quite sure what charger this is, but I'm sure we'll get it to work. Don't worry. Don't worry. Apparently, this here is some theme park or something. I don't know. And Benidorm is just here, so we're just coming into Benidorm. What time is it? It's 31 minutes past 6 o'clock. That means it's taken us 12 and a half hours to do 1,116 kilometers. And since the charger, we have done 287 kilometers, and our consumption's been really low, 130 watt hours per kilometer. There's a few chargers in this area here, I think, if this one doesn't work. But I'm sure it's going to work. You have to be confident. So apparently it's just around here somewhere. This looks like some kind of shopping centre. There's bins. Found bins. Perhaps it's in this Chinese restaurant. What does it say? Ah, it's over there. It's over there. How do we get there then? It's in this Moubles place. But it's a one way. Let's try again. Well, this can be a waste of time. There's 120 there. Let's go to that one then.
And so take the second exit.
That's 120 kilowatts, so that one should be good as well. There's a lot in this area. So this one
now
here
enter the roundabout and take the third exit.
Should be near Nor Alto or Carforama, I think. So in Spain, it's always hard to find chargers, unless they're Tesla Superchargers. I always have problems finding chargers in Spain, because they're badly signposted. Plus it's just me, I don't know. Where we're going here, it looks like we're going through the exit or something, am I? I don't know where I'm going. So to turn right here. Is it down there? I think it's down there. Now I'm going the right way. So is it down there or up there? I don't know. By looking at this, I'd say it's down here. Preconditioning the battery.
Now you have arrived at your destination.
Have you seen the chargers, can you? I see a charger over there, I see a charger. No idea if I've got a card or whatever for it. Let's see. It's a quick charger, there's nobody there, so that's a good sign. Is it working? Rapid charge. It's green, it's Iberdrola. I should be able to get Iberdrola to work. It looks it's going to be pretty quick. Perfect. So just to let you know, we arrived with 23%. There's going to be a lot of faffing about here with the app, because the app's on this phone, so I can't record it. And these are the final figures. We've done 1,119 kilometers. 165 kilowatt hours is what we've used, which is a lot, and 147 watt hours per kilometer. That's incredibly low, 147 watt hours per kilometer. Unbelievable, unbelievable. So what am I going to do? I've booked a car park. I booked it with Tal Park, and it's paid and it's good, because the hotel doesn't have any parking. So that means the hotel doesn't have electric chargers. And obviously it'd be a lot more convenient if I could just drive into the park and under the hotel and charge the car electrically. But there's a problem. There's only 18 hotels here with electric chargers, and they're not in the location I want or at the price I want. So I think, and it really limits your options of hotels. So I've got a hotel next to the sea in the old town, and I arranged to park in myself, and that's why we're charging here. It just gives you a lot more options. Obviously it'd be great if all hotels had parking, if all hotels had electric chargers, but they don't. So it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. So what we're going to do, go straight to the car park, about 11 minutes away. I'm going to go straight to the fish and chip shop, and after fish and chip shop, I'm going to do the check-in to the hotel. So I think that's the best thing to do, because it's getting quite late now. It's already 18 minutes past 7 o'clock. By the time we get to the park, and it'll be like 7:30, a bit after that. And the car is nearly fully charged. Have a look. So the car's at 96%. It says 5 minutes remaining, but I won't wait 5 minutes. 96% should be more than enough for what we need to do. So I'm going to unplug now. So I'll see you again in the fish and chip shop. So next time I see you, we'll be outside the fish and chip shop. Yes. And just by this charger here, there's actually a McDonald's and Burger King and Taco Bell. And I had a little drink in there while the car was charging. Perfect. Just managed to park my car here. As you can see, it's a bit tight, but really we're in the centre. And something more interesting over here. Look at this. They're installing electric chargers. So installing them, which is great, but they've not been turned on yet, which is a pity for me, because this has been a great place to charge. And this is a Tal Park. I think you can use the Tal Park app to charge, so great. This is it. We've found it. Is it any good? It's Ray's 1 fish and chips. Just look at that. Oh, quite busy. Will I get a seat? I don't know. We're going and find out, shall we? So we've got large hake. I forgot about hake. They've got cod or haddock, but they don't have my favourite fish, which is plaice. Managed to get a table straight away for the win. Smell the weight of all the large cod and chips and battered sausage. Oh. Cheese and onion pie? Didn't I have one of those earlier? Sausage, fish and chips. Salt.
Have you just arrived today? Yesterday?
Vinegar.
Yes, it was. Look, you must have arrived after it closed. I tell you what,
Listen to that.
wait till 11:15 because we were really busy last night and we didn't have time to go home early.
Oh, okay.
That's what you mean, yeah. You have one on Friday.
These are delicious.
Yeah, of course. Fish and chips is the best.
Do you want to leave your order in and come back to the
At all, mate. At all. Right. You know me, I'm fine. Please, you haven't got any
That cod is good.
sausage and chips with curry sauce, please. With some scratchings. Yeah, please take away. Forward. All right. Oh, I was thinking about last week.
okay, but not
Tell I'm asking after that.
So I'll just give you my thoughts on this fish and chip shop. So first thing is, they only accept cash. So it's lucky I got cash this morning. They do have an ATM machine right outside the fish and chip shop. But I always feel I'm being scammed with the ATM machines. I don't know if I am because I've got a Euro card. But I guess if you're coming from the UK or whatever, the ATM machines in places like this tend to scam you. So bring money from a reputable bank before you come here. In euros, obviously. I know that people say chips have to be extremely crispy and all of that, or fried 3 times, whatever. That's never chip shop chips. Even comparing this to a chip shop in the UK, those chips were absolutely spot on. I loved them. Salt and proper malt vinegar, exactly what you want. Now, coming on to the fish. The cod, for the Portuguese viewers, that's bacalhau, but here we're not talking about the salted fish, which is bacalhau. We're talking about the fresh cod. We forgot what the name is of fresh cod in Portuguese. But we talk about fresh cod. It was fresh cod, nice and flaky. The cod was good. What let it down for me was the batter. The chips 10 out of 10. The cod, it's probably difficult to source like cod in Spain like it is in England. So the cod is probably 6 or 7 out of 10. What let it down for me was the batter. I mean, they make the batter here, but what really let down was the batter. It was soggy. I mean, it was soggy. It wasn't the best batter. I make my own batter at home and do fish and chips sometimes at home, and I do better batter. Crispy batter. I don't know, perhaps they're putting it in the fryer not at the right temperature. I think the fryer needs to be a higher temperature. But I really like the crispy batter where, you know, you get the bits of the batter flaking off and stuff. It crunches in your mouth. But here, the batter was just soggy. They didn't have my favourite fish, which was plaice. And why is plaice normally my favourite fish? Because on the plaice, it seems you can put more batter on it because it's a flat fish. So normally I go for plaice. I'm not keen on haddock or hake, so I didn't go for those ones. They had them there, but they didn't have plaice. It's probably difficult to source plaice in Spain. I know we get plaice in Portugal, but for Spain, I don't know. One thing I found quite good, so it takes little time for your order to come through, because they do cook it when the order comes through. So, you know, it's nicely fresh. Sometimes in the English fish and chip shops, they tend to fry the things up, then they put them in their glass cabinet with heat on them. So there are a few people coming in here this evening for takeaways, and the one was saying, for takeaways, like 30-minute wait, or somebody she rejected telling them to phone before because she didn't have enough time to make him takeaway. So it really is, they're really cooking the things freshly for you when you arrive. When in the normal English fish and chip shop, they'd have cod and chips almost ready for you, and they keep them in the glass thing. So that's really good. Perhaps it was a little bit of an off day, and perhaps batter is normally better, but it was soggy. But to be honest, I'd probably give the batter 4 or 5 out of 10. I mean, it was bad. Fish was okay. For the battered sausage, I had a battered sausage recently in Portugal. Perhaps I should go to that fish and chip shop and give a review. But the sausage was okay. It was normal chip sausage, but I've had a better battered sausage recently. And again, the battered sausage was let down by the actual batter. If they could improve the batter here, this would be amazing. So I can see why some reviews are saying this is good, because the chips are absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. But everything's just let down by the batter, which is an important thing in a fish and chip shop, in my opinion. Like I said, there's a few tables. Sometimes there was queues for tables. I felt a bit bad because I was like on the table for 4 people just for me. And then at some points there were queues, but normally the queue emptied after 10 minutes, so it wasn't so bad. She was saying it's quite a quiet night tonight. Other nights have been busier. So that was quite good for me. But I did come from Lisbon to here especially, so I didn't feel that bad. Would I come back to this fish and chip shop again? Definitely, just for the chips. Would I have liked to have tried Northern Star? Definitely, because I think they've probably got better batter, but they shut at 6:30. Well, I arrived at 6:30, didn't I? So there's no way I was going to go there. But anyway, it's been a really fun, enjoyable day. I've really enjoyed having you guys with me. Thank you again. If you like this, and tomorrow we're going to have a special content. Tomorrow's going to be a fun trip as well, which will be another episode on this channel. Don't forget to click subscribe and like, and bye.